Just your initial reaction to seeing your name come across that screen.
So many thoughts were going through my mind. I can remember the first time I got a phone call from my agent about Alabama wanting to interview me for this coaching job, and I was thinking, Alabama? But that was one of the first things that went through my mind, was that first interview, and to see where we are now in year 3 of our program. All of the guys that, like Dejon Ingram and Dante Hall, that could have decommitted and gone to other schools, but they hung in there with us and gave our staff a chance. And the guys that committed later or transferred here, or the freshmen that we have on our team, and our entire coaching staff and support staff, it just means so much to so many people, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
What did your team show when they went to St. Louis with so much on the line, knowing that you need to probably pull off a win or two to make this happen for sure?
Well, it showed that they can respond when their backs are against the wall. And now, it's a single elimination tournament, and probably was a good thing for us, because a lot of things that we talked about during the season, we just weren't clicking on a consistent basis. And a lot of the areas that we needed to improve in just weren't getting there at an accelerated rate. But we went to St. Louis and played some terrific basketball, had a 10, 12-point lead on Texas A&M with 10 minutes to go, and obviously Colin's shot will go down in history. And then we, had a pretty dominant performance against Auburn before we kind of ran out of gas, especially without Dante in Game 3. But we showed that we could be a really good basketball team when we play the right way.
What do you think about traveling all the way to Pittsburgh, and just what do you know about Virginia Tech at this point?
Traveling all the way to Pittsburgh, you know what? I would have gone to Italy for this game. Pittsburgh is, it's not that far, especially the way we travel. But we're just excited. Obviously, we don't know much about our opponent because, they're not in the SEC. But I have a lot of respect for Coach Buzz Williams and what he's done with Virginia Tech. And I know they're an outstanding team, and we'll have a chance to break them down tonight. It's going to be a long night tonight, lots of coffee tonight, but it's a good problem to have. We're just fired up. You saw the reaction of a lot of our players on social media, and they're ready to go. And we're ready to prove that we could be a really good, consistent team. And it's all about the first one, and it's really all about our first practice on tomorrow.
Coach Avery, you mentioned it. Unlike the NBA, it's one and done. Whether you're a 1 seed or a 16 seed, it's a one and done elimination. In the pressure that you played under this year, the schedule you played, you got to think you got potential to make a run.
Well, the main thing is it's not even about making a run for us. As I shared with our team, anything can happen. All right, we've obviously been counted out before. We hit a stretch at the end of the season that we all didn't expect. We weren't happy. It was painful. But I told them no pain, no gain. And we played in arguably the toughest conference with us getting 8 teams in. I know, Virginia Tech in their conference got in 9, but we take pride in playing in one of the toughest conferences and playing one of the toughest schedules of anybody in the country. So now that our backs are against the wall, and we're an underdog in terms of winning it all, we have a chance to go out here and play well and play consistent, and who knows what's going to happen. But it's all about the first game. It's about the first 4 minutes of the first game and seeing how we can impose our will on a team that we know is a very good team in Virginia Tech.
Real quickly, you know anything on Dante at this point, or is it still just a medical evaluation?
Yeah, it's still a medical evaluation. We'll reevaluate him on tomorrow and see where he is. But right now, he's just day-to-day.
One more question.
Anybody else? You good? Yeah. Okay, thanks, guys.
Everybody ready? Mm-hmm. All right, Bryson, just initial reaction. You were close last year. You didn't make it now in your second season to get into the big dance. How do you feel about it?
It's something you dream about ever since you're a little kid. You always want to make the tournament. It means a lot for the team, the program, fans. It means a lot. So the fact that we're able to do this in year 3 is big for us.
How much momentum do you feel like this team has now with a couple wins under your belt in the tournament, the way y'all did in St. Louis?
I feel like we have a lot of confidence, just knowing that after all the hard work we done put in and we got them 2 wins, that we could go in and we could beat anybody.
All right, how did it feel in that room to see your name pop up at the first at-large bid?
Yeah, it was electric. It was crazy. We knew they switched up the format, so it was going to be alphabetical order. So, it was just crazy just because this is a year 3. It takes some teams, it takes multiple years to get to the tournament, but Coach Avery said year 3, and it worked out great because we're in the tournament in his 3rd year being the coach here.
What do you think about going to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I've never been out there before, but we're just going to take it out it is. We're going to see the film of Virginia Tech and just start going to work tomorrow.